one of you. Ever since I first ran for office, I have puzzled everyone from the mainstream media standing in the back to my colleagues in Washington. They want to know whose side is Nancy Mace on.
Our side.
Many in Washington could never dream or ever dream outside of the false dichotomy of right versus left. But as is often the case, the simplest explanation is almost always the correct one. I am on your side. In a time when our nation feels deeply divided, my pastor on Sunday at Seacoast Church, Josh Surratt, reminded us on Sunday that politics does not define who we are. Our values define who we are. And it is through God's grace that God transcends all of politics today. And I am no stranger to second chances. I have stumbled a lot. And in Joel 2:13, God is eager to offer second chances and not punish people who seek his forgiveness for their sins because of that. And because of that, I should not be standing before you tonight. At the age of 17, I learned that dropping out of high school might not have been the best idea. Probably the first terrible idea. Kids stay in school. So I took my first job at a fine dining establishment some of you may know as the Waffle House. I had chocolate pie there this afternoon. They do have dessert. Denny's was a little too highbrow. So while Waffle House was an important part of my journey, it would not be my final destination. So I soon went from making waffles to making history. And 25 years ago this year, this high school dropout became the first woman to graduate from the Citadel a college campus where we don't burn American flags, we salute them. And as many times as I have fallen, and I've tripped a lot, but God never gave up on me. My family never gave up on me. And I never gave up on me. And God has given me many second chances in life. So I'm standing here as proof positive that by the grace of God, if you have a dream, you have the American dream, we can stand tall and be what God gave us purpose to be. The father of my children is here tonight like he is every election night. Curtis, thank you. 5 years ago, he and I were going through a very tough time, and he called me, and he said, Nancy, I think I finally figured you out. And he said, at least somebody did. It had to be the ex-husband, beautiful father of my children. He said, I think I finally figured you out. This political thing that you do, that you're obsessed with and passionate about, it gives you purpose in life. It drives who you are. And you know what? He said, you're good at it. And so thank you, Curtis. I love you and I appreciate you. And bottom of my heart, thank you. I could not do this without the support of my family. So my gratitude tonight goes to God. My gratitude tonight goes to my family. And my gratitude tonight goes to the people of South Carolina. My mom, my dad, Curtis, Miles, Ellie, Mary, and John, your love and encouragement mean everything to me. I would not be here without you today. I also want to thank my incredible team. We have Doug, April, Jamie, Sydney, Chelsea, Sean, Susan, Claire, Gabby, Natalie, Noah, Alexa, Lisa, Mia, RJ, John, Elliot, and Jacob. Thank you. I love you. So many volunteers. We knocked on almost 50,000 doors this year. So God bless our volunteers. Becky, Lauren, Buford, Billy is here tonight from Buford. Oh my God, we love you, Buford, Billy. Angelina, Carlton, Lynn, Darren, Steve, Ken, Dante, Ray, Marianne, John, all of the Lisas, Francis, both Katie's, Chris, and Maisie. We love you. I want to thank you all for all the texts, the phone calls, and all of the doors that you knocked, all 50,000 of them. Each of you helped put me on the stage tonight. I also want to say I'm a rape survivor and a recent survivor of domestic abuse. Some of you may know I was recently diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder because of the trauma I have had over the last year or so. And I'm going through this trauma this year. I spent a lot of time in church. I spent a lot of time with my pastors. And this spring, they were preaching on forgiveness, which is so tough for so many of us when we've been through a tough time. But forgiveness never forfeits justice. And in Romans 12:19, they say that do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is my revenge to avenge, and I will repay, says the Lord. So to women who can relate, please know that you have a friend and a sister in me. And I will fight like hell for you. Speaking of women, the radical left believes strong, intelligent women can't possibly be independent-minded conservatives. That our husbands tell us how to vote. I'll be the first one to tell you that's wrong. And that any woman who doesn't agree with them must be weak or must be misguided. But they don't know what it's like to work twice as hard for half the credit. So those who underestimate me, you don't bother me. It just makes me work harder, and it also just makes the victory, like tonight, so much sweeter. I am going back to Washington to stand with South Carolina in my heart. We're going to secure the border. We are going to take back what it means to be a real, actual, biological woman. And we are going to fight for our country and its values starting tonight. I'm going to stand resolute against all those who would leave us flawless. I'm going to stand resolute against all those who are self-serving and short-sighted. I will stand in their way and say no. In fact, I will stand in their way and say, hell no. And after tonight, anyone who dare takes a shot at me, you better not miss. And to those who aim to divide us, you are outnumbered. And so, when I think about tonight and this victory tonight, when I think about the world I want my children to inherit, I aim to be a giant. I will stand tall to inspire the next generation to do more than any of us could have ever imagined. That is what we're doing tonight. So now is the time to get back to work, and while I will always seek common ground, I will never compromise my values or my duty to the people of South Carolina. And I often joke that I don't have any friends in Washington, but it's really not a joke. Washington is a very lonely place. I have no friends. People call me names, they make threats, and they try to take me down. But they will not succeed because my loyalty has always been clear. I'm not in Washington to make friends. I'm in Washington to serve each and every one of you. I am in Washington to serve South Carolina. I will not stop. I will not be intimidated. And I will not back down. So whether you are a Democrat or a Republican or somewhere in between, if you are dishonest, I am going to hold you accountable. And one of the last things I want to say tonight falls under Ecclesiastes 4:12. I have prayed on this one a lot. And it talks about whether you're on a mission and you do it alone or you do it as a team and you do it together. But a person standing alone can be attacked and defeated. But two people, when they stand together, can stand back to back and conquer. But three are even better, for a triple braided cord can never and will never be easily broken. So tonight, my final closing message to you tonight is that the world is watching America. And we must show them what we are made of. We will be courageous, we will be united, we will be resilient, and we will be prepared to take on the challenges of this moment tonight. And I've spent my time in Congress working tirelessly for you. Serving the Lowcountry has been the greatest honor of my lifetime. So to the Lowcountry and to all of South Carolina, thank you for your trust. I promise to make you proud. God bless the Lowcountry. God bless South Carolina.
Thank you for Bill.